Hello there. So X-Men 97 is back on Disney Plus for its second season, or second season of this, of course. We all remember there was the X-Men from the 90s, of course, cartoon series. So this will be my review of the first three episodes that dropped today. The first general thoughts of this will be spoiler free. Might go into some spoilers. There'll be warning before we go into spoilers. So don't worry if you've not had the chance to watch them, especially as they've just came out today. So overall, I loved the last season that came out 2 years ago. I thought it was great. It's fantastic. They've done it. I think it's definitely been one of the best Disney Plus Marvel shows as well. So I'm happy to say that I really had a great time watching these three episodes. I watched them all back to back, and absolutely the time flew in. They're all about like an hour, sorry, half an hour each. So just under that. So just under an hour and a half to watch them all, and it was an absolute breeze to get through them. Sometimes I'm not usually one for binging series a lot of the time, but I thought this was so easy to watch these three episodes, and you can see why they've gone with the three episode format. You've got a nice cliffhanger for episode three, and they're all distinct from each other as well. That's what I think, and they've all got lots of great storylines going on, all different focuses as well. Like for example, episode one, it focuses a lot on the Jean Grey and Scott at Summers, and and Nathan Summers as well. The relationship with them that works extremely well. Episode two is more about Jubilee as well. Jubilee gets her chance to shine as well with this. There was a Jubilee centered episode, if I remember correctly, in the first season that wasn't that good, to be fair. But this was great. I actually think it might be my favourite of the three episodes so far. So again, different flavors and everything like that. And then you've got going to episode three where we're setting up stuff with Apocalypse and that. We're set up for next week as well. After this, some great action scenes as well with this. Again, the tone, and there's different flavors. Everyone's getting their chance to shine with this in terms of the characters and things. I think it's great. So we're off to an absolute flyer. I'm really happy with this because it can be difficult. You've got a first season that you love so much, but the second season can sometimes, even if it's quite good, can pale in comparison. We've seen that with Peacemaker. To be honest with you, I didn't hate Peacemaker season two, apart from the ending. The fucking last episode was terrible, but it paled in comparison to the first season. To be fair, I was a big fan of the first season. But yeah, so far we are off to a flyer here. So yeah, I'll go into a few spoilers here. Again, it's three episodes, so I won't go too long, and I can't remember everything that fucking happened. But there'll be a few little spoilers here. So if you've not had, I won't go too much into it. So, but if you've not had the chance to watch it properly, like I said, now's the time to get out. So, like I said, first episode focused quite heavily on the relationship between Jean Grey, Scott Summers, and of course there's some Nathan Summers. That when they go into the future into the past, and they're like trying to prevent him from cable and things. I think there's some really good scenes as well. Like some of the when they were there are some really good bonding scenes between the three of them as well. There's even a good scene when they're like telepathically, Jean and Scott are telepathically speaking to each other, and Nathan's like, I can actually hear you, by the way. It's like, if they're allowed to swear in this, you'd be like, one of them would be like, oh shit, but, I do think that worked really well. That was really well done. Second episode as well, you've got, I think this might be my favourite of the three so far, but you've got they bring in like the X Factor they brought in. It's not like Simon Cowell and Louis Walsh and all that. You've probably heard of Simon Cowell, even if you're not from the UK, but if you've not heard of Louis Walsh, I envy you. So he's an annoying little tit that he is. You're going to be in the final, shut up. But no, to be fair, I think this is more realistic than X Factor was, because I'm pretty sure that was rigged. But digging up an old show from the past, yeah, well, not an old show, but show that's from years gone by. But and we've got a cable recruits Jubilee as well for this. So this was very Jubilee centred. She gets captured and ends up doing her, but she ends up getting set free. We got Emma Frost as well was in this as well, which was really well done. That was great to see. As well, another thing as well. Speaking about the opening credits. The opening credits was X Force themed as well. I think they always do change the opening credits up as well with this. And so, and I will say this: of all the streaming shows, this is the one that when it comes up, the skip intro button, it's just like, nah, it's okay. I ain't skipping the intro here because the opening credits are awesome. And the fucking theme song, of course, which is from the original series. Absolute banger. You can't skip that. But yeah, that was really well done. How they done that. So yes, again, very strong episode. Tons of action. Zips on really nicely. This was much better episode than the Jubilee centered episode from the first season. So massive thumbs up here. We come episode 3. Again, we're showing the other. We were kind of jumping about the timelines, but it's doing it quite seamlessly as well. In a way, but the other X-Men are like back in like Egyptian times and stuff. And there was a really great action scene as well, where it was like the mutants coming up from the sand and with the horses coming up. That was brilliantly done, like chef's kiss. That was awesome. You imagine that in live action with top-notch special effects. So, but the animation here was superb. It was brilliant. I was well. Magneto's trying to be all pally with this other guy. I can't remember his name, but trying to say, "Oh yeah, we can save the mutants and all that," and then he just like executes this. This stuff gets very dark. To be fair, he just like cuts the guy's head off, and then you see the blood splatter, and it's like this is very dark for a Disney Plus animated series, but it works extremely well. So yeah, overall, and yeah, of course, it's to continue next week, so you can see why they've dropped 3 episodes. Sometimes they'll have a 2-episode premiere, sometimes it'll be just the one, but you can see why they've done 3 this time because you're set up for next week. This particular storyline is going to continue next week, and it makes sense. I can't wait to see what happens. So yeah, I don't often do weekly reviews anymore. I've not really done it for a while. I do it for Only Murders in the Building when it's out. And I did it. I think the last time I done that, this is the first time this year. The last time I did it for a streaming show was like the Taylor Swift end of an era docu series. And that was like 3 weeks in a row, 2 episodes each time. So yeah. So I am planning on like this is going to be one of these things. Some streaming series I'll watch when I want to watch or whatever, but and I'm not that bored if I get spoilers or whatever. But yeah, I want to watch this basically as soon as I can on a Wednesday, and yeah, planning on doing reviews and for that as well. So anyway, thanks ever so much for taking the time to listen, and goodbye.